You can decide where you want to tackle first. I think I'm going to hit the sky first because it looks like it's going to be the easiest to take care of. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to unhide my layers and such, go back to my sky layer, and I'm going to start working on this blend. It's definitely way lighter towards the end. It's not straight up white though. Notice when I sampled that, that didn't take me to pure white. Pure white is all the way over here. You're going off what you see, not what you know. My brain knows that white, that is white. My eyeballs know that it's not completely white. And that will make for a smoother blend. So I'm going to come back to my brush. This time I'm going to switch to a soft brush. And you guys can play around. I really, really like these brushes. They don't always work perfectly well with the tablets that you have, but they're really nice for doing soft blends. So I'm going to use that. You can use this one and give it a whirl. If you're not noticing much of a difference, switch back to soft round. And I'm just going to start layering my different colors, and I'm going to keep sampling back and forth depending on what I notice. And I want this to be a gradual blend, so I can even mess around a little bit with my opacity and come back in and keep sampling. In fact, in my personal work, I do a lot of just messing with the opacity and constantly coming in and layering, 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 almost like oil paints, until I get something that looks vaguely smooth. I don't want something that's stripy, because if I notice my white kind of comes up and wiggles. If you notice it's too stripy, you need to go back and blend more. So I'm just going to keep coming in. I can adjust my opacity as I need to and keep sampling until I get what I want out of life. I can change my brush size. And now I'm starting to look a little bit more organic, a little less stripy. I've got a larger area of white over here, so I'm going to come over and do that. Maybe I can even, just once I have started to sample my colors, and come in with what I know in terms of, I want this to be lighter, so I'm going to go a couple shades lighter. Hit okay. Come in with that. Too much. Too much, too much, too much. We're going to make our brush size smaller. And even more opaque. Just to get that nice, soft blend. And I've got an area in here that's kind of like a pointed divot. Look for the simple shapes, that's what I would tell you guys. So I'm going to come in and refine that just a little bit. Still too light. I'm going to sample off of here. I can go in and add those clouds later. It's just a constant push and pull of blending. And I haven't even gotten to the dark bit yet. Smudge tools can be incredibly helpful for this, but don't get too married to it, just because they can make your life difficult later on in other ways. In new and interesting ways, your life too could be difficult. All right, now I want to start coming in and doing this darker blend. I'm going to start at full opacity at the top, shade down. Paying attention to what I see in here. There's almost kind of like a shape coming down through here. So I'm going to put that in. It gets lighter back up in here, so I'm going to make sure to show that. It's much darker down towards the corner in here, so I need to do that. And it really is just a matter of playing around, figuring out how to get those soft blends. Let's go back in with our dark here, because it comes down again here. little darker. Just over here in this corner. I'm going to fix this. This is too light over here now. Just constantly pulling different shades of blue until you get what you want. I brush smaller. I'm actually going to... No, I'm not going to mess with that yet. We're going to switch back to soft round. And back in. My blue. Just to keep blending all that good stuff in there. We're getting there. So I'm going to keep fussing with the sky. Now it's your turn. Do a variety of sampling of your blues, your whites, until you feel it matches what you've got going on in your reference. If you're following along with this picture, you might not be. You might be doing a different one, but the advice is still the same. Draw what you see, then what you know.